Hey there, I'm Coach Keren Eldad, the founder of Lead with Enthusiasm and Enterprise with Enthusiasm. I'm a personal and executive coach, and today I want to talk to you about how to become a transformative leader. Thank you so much for being here. I promise you over the next 3 minutes or so, we're going to give you 4 strategic ways of being that will anchor you in proper leadership, whether you're leading a transformation or you yourself are undergoing one. The keys to being a transformative leadership are to understand above and beyond 2 principles. The first, that you must be the change you want to see. In other words, your embodiment of behavioral archetypes is what's going to garner the example that others will follow. And the 2, that people are the key to change. In other words, instead of seeing them as byproducts of systems and processes with whom you need to collaborate in order to get to the finish line, see them as the conduits of change, everyone around you. If you're in the rare and wonderful position of leading a team through a transformation, there are 4 stances, 4 mindset stances that I have seen work with all the teams that I work with around the world, including Global Fashion Group and Luxottica and the nice people at JP Morgan and Sovos and TaskRay and so many others. And here they are. The first is be proactive. I'm obsessed with a book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Maybe if you look closely, you'll see it in my library, but it's certainly there. And the first principle, the first habit of highly effective people that Stephen describes is be proactive. And here's what it means. It doesn't mean what people are usually employing it as in the organizational tech context, which is do stuff that other people won't do. That's not what proactivity is about. Proactivity is about seeing almost everything in life as working for you rather than happening to you. And from there, taking a stance that is much more of service, much more of opportunity, much more solution-oriented than it would be if you were caging yourself into, I need to react. Proactivity, therefore, is the opposite of reactivity. And so the easiest way to get to proactivity is to simply always ask yourself, instead of what is the problem here or why is this happening, what can I do? What's the opportunity? Is there any other way of seeing this? What other way of seeing this is there? That will always bridge you into proactivity, and from there, action that you will take will always be proactive. The second key to transformative leadership is to be collaborative. As I mentioned before, the secret is to understand that people are the conduit to transformation. They are not just the deliverers, harbingers of change who just take things from you as a messenger and pass it on. You must be collaborative, and the most important place in which to be transparent, collaborative, sharing of resources, sharing of knowledge, open, is with your C-suite leadership team or all of your cohorts at the top. And the reason for that is you must all be on board. Everybody needs to be of the same mind. Even if you have mild disagreements, explore them to the point where everybody can sort of unify around a course of action and then instill it upon everyone else. What this ultimately creates, this transparency, this collaboration, is trust. And this is how humans function. No trust, nobody's going to speak up. If nobody speaks up, nobody's engaged because they don't have skin in the game. If they're not engaged, they're not committed. And that's when the operation starts to fall apart. And change never goes the distance. So you're best off creating collaboration among entities. The third key that I want to offer you is be adaptable. Be adaptable is the recognition that really the truth is you don't need to be in an organization in transformation in order to really heed to being a person in change. You need to understand that change is a constant in life. I just read Steve Schwartzman's book, What It Takes, and I thought there were a couple of interesting points in there, but I thought the most interesting one was that he said that most people, when things are going well, when things seem to be relatively following a course, they are at their least innovative, they're the least resilient, they're the least likely to be okay with changing things up or shaking things up. And it is just then, he says, that you have to be your most flexible, your most innovative, and your most open to change. I ask you right now to be adaptable, regardless of whether you're a transformative leader or a leader going through a transformation or leading people through a transformation. Always just be adaptable, be pliable. And the way to do this is to really see yourself as a body of constant improvement, to shake things up, to be proactive about shaking things up, to search other disciplines while you are exploring the perfection of your leadership focus, to really go the distance in open-mindedness, and to keep that door open as well, because being adaptable means really rolling with the times and listening to the people who are telling you about the advancement of the times. And the fourth and possibly the key principle is be vulnerable. Be vulnerable is to know that you can make mistakes. You are prone to making mistakes. You can fail, and that failure is completely okay. It is something that is absolutely inevitable. And the more you understand this for yourself, the more you will give this grace to others. And when you give this grace to others, when you are a vulnerable leader, you are a courageous leader and you are a resilient leader. And you create vulnerability and resilience around you. And that is what creates teams that are built to last and that will get through any transformation. No matter what you're going through, I promise you, things are going to be slung in your path. And these are a couple of principles that I want you to start thinking about. Start considering getting yourself coached for. Start creating self-awareness around towards the greatest, less micromanaging, less reactive, less frenetic leader, so that you can rise to be the superstar that I know you are. A wonderful place to start are books. My favorites are Built to Last by Jim Collins. I actually like all of his books, but this one's pretty good. And Dare to Lead by Brene Brown. If you haven't read them, I recommend them with all my heart. My blog and my YouTube channel include dozens of leadership book recommendations. And of course, if you're ready to up-level, I'd love to see you in private or online coaching to lead with enthusiasm. I hope this has served you. Thank you so much and enjoy the transformation.